Hello and welcome to Western Motors, Ireland's premium Volkswagen dealership. Today we're going to give you a run through on the 2026 Volkswagen Taigo. We're going to show you what trim levels we can opt for, what engine and gearbox combinations we have, what those specs entail, and just a general overview of the car. For 2026, we can order the Taigo in 4 basic trim levels. We start with the Life, the Edition 75, the R-Line, and the range-topping R-Line 75. Taigo can be ordered with a choice of 2 engines or 2 gearbox combinations. We start with the 1-litre TSI and it makes 95 brake horsepower. That's married to a 5-speed manual gearbox. Then we can bump up to the 116 brake horsepower version of the same engine. It's still a 1-litre TSI. However, this time we get a 6-speed manual as standard, or we can opt for a 7-speed DSG automatic. So entry into Taigo starts in the Life spec, but the standard spec on the car is hugely impressive. Some of that includes 16-inch alloy wheels, LED headlamps, a leather-wrapped multi-function steering wheel where we can control our stereo and all that kind of stuff. We get ambient lighting and we get a reverse cam with park assist as standard. Edition 75 builds on Life's impressive standard spec. We get 17-inch alloys this time on the outside, we get rear tinted glass, but now we also get keyless entry and keyless go as standard. Move up to R-Line, and on the outside now we get 17-inch Coventry style alloy wheels. We get the R-Line specific bumpers with sportier accents and trims everywhere. On the interior we get the R-Line specific bucket style seats with the R-Line emblems, different lumbar support, and now we get more options for our ambient light control. Move up to range topping R-Line 75, and on the outside we get 18-inch Misano alloy wheels now. We also get the IQ LED adaptive headlamps on the outside, but there's a host of other options we can add in all the various packs on top of the standard spec. Like this particular car we're filming with has a full panoramic roof, it's got heated seats. There's a lot of extra stuff you can add to your Taigo to really make it bespoke to you. Now moving on to just some of the practicalities of the car. We get nice touches down here, like we have a really big phone pad down here. This is a wireless phone charging pad in this car. We get coffee cup holders. The door bins are really good and big. There's a lot of space in the back too. We'll jump in there in a second. But in the front here, for someone like me, a larger person, I'm 6'1" and I could stand to lose a few pounds, so I take up a bit of space. I'm perfectly comfortable in here. And I've got a slightly higher vantage point than I would have expected from the car. It's certainly higher than the likes of a Polo, but it's laid out in that traditional Volkswagen style. Everything is really accessible and easy to access. The ergonomics are great too. Everything's where you expect it to be. All the traditional buttons down here, I just really like the rotisserie dials. I want more air, I turn the fan speed. That's it. Same with the infotainment screen. It's an intuitive touchscreen display. It's got shortcuts down the side on each side for which menu I want, and once I'm in them, it's just easy to navigate. It's a very, very well thought out, really well designed car. As I said earlier, it's no nonsense. It does exactly what it says in the tin, but because it's a Volkswagen product, it does it better than anyone else. So into the back of the Taigo, and as I said a moment ago, I take up more than my fair share of space, but in front of me now, I've got 3 to 4 inches of knee room. My feet will go out under the seat in front of me. Above my head, I'm getting slightly more than 2 fingers of headroom, so an inch or an inch and a half above my head in terms of space. The car is longer than a Polo, and we get that space. It's really clear that that's what's happening. We have an extra couple of inches in terms of length. It's not madly wider than it though, so it's still very good, because In the Polo, like, we know we'll get 3 adults across the back. Maybe not adults my size, but adults will fit. However, if you're using it for family, we get 2 Isofix points on each side for car seats. But one of those large booster seats is going to fit in the centre of it. We get 3 3-point seat belts. We get 2 USB-C ports down here for devices and that kind of stuff. It's a very practical, well thought out space in here. So moving around to the back of the Taigo, we get 1 body style in the Taigo. However, we get a very, very impressive 440 litres of usable space in the boot, just as it exists here now. It's a really square, usable space. We can higher or lower the floor to make it easier for loads, that kind of stuff. However, all models will have folding seats. When we fold the seats down, we're up to 1,212 litres of usable space. And again, it just makes the car incredibly practical and incredibly usable. So out on the road in the Taigo, and instantly you're struck by the chassis of the car. It manages to handle really, really well without being overly stiff, but it also irons out bumps without becoming saggy or wallowy. It's a really nice, precise chassis. The controls are nice and light at low speeds for parking and that kind of stuff, but they also weight up really well and give a lovely feel back through the steering wheel at higher speeds. And the gearboxes are absolutely great. The car we are testing now is the 95 brake horsepower 5-speed version of the car, and it's like a bolt action rifle. It's just straight into your bump, bump, bump. Really precise, really super well engineered. On top of that then, we go back to the 95 horsepower point of the car. It's an incredibly peppy unit. It's got ample power. You really don't need a whole lot more. The 116 horsepower version of the car must actually feel fast, because this, as I tested here, is perfect. It's got loads of power, really nice and torquey. It likes to pull from low down. It makes for a really zippy, nice car. But where I really have found this car to shine is here. On tight, narrow, twisty city or town-based streets, it just really performs well. The fact that it's got nice proportions on the outside allows you to squeeze through gaps really well, and that peppy engine just puts you through the gap perfectly. It really, really likes being in town here like this. And the physical size of the car on the inside makes it just this hugely practical car for family, town, city, or head off across the country in it. It's a really, really good all-round car. But that's it. We've come to the end of our guide through the 2026 Volkswagen Taigo. What we'll do from here is we'll head back to Western Motors and we'll introduce you to one of the brand ambassadors there for Volkswagen. If you're in that segment where the Polo is just too small for you and a Golf might be a bit too expensive or a bit too big, even for your parking arrangements, come down and look at one of these things, because they really are going to work well for you.
My name is Stuart Hitchcock. I'm Volkswagen car sales executive here at Western Motors. Volkswagens are super cool. There's a wide variety of models for everyone. We also have a fantastic aftercare then as well. Customers choose Western Motors because it's a family-run business with specifically trained staff to understand and listen to the customer. We also have a top-quality after-sales care to ensure customer loyalty.